Last month, I went to Palma de Mallorca, where I had a chance to see Art Under the Skin exhibition, which made me feel quite nostalgic and made me appreciate this incredible craft and reminded me how lucky I am to be doing what I'm doing. So I wanted to tell you more about how I started, take you through the beginning of my journey, and hopefully help you make more informed decisions if you are thinking about becoming a tattoo artist. After sixth form, I secured a place at Loughborough University to study industrial design, which I was extremely proud of, but quickly realized it wasn't my calling. After 3 months of trying to enjoy the course, I found the courage to admit that it would be a waste of time and money if I stayed for another 3 or 4 years. I moved back to Bristol, applied for a graphic design course, and worked as a barista while waiting for the new academic year to begin. Working full-time in hospitality quickly reminded me how much I love being in a creative environment, and I started to look for creative part-time jobs I could do while studying. I would probably never have thought of tattooing if it wasn't for my mum. One day she came back from work and told me about this beautiful tattoo of Marilyn Monroe portrait her client had, suggesting it could be something I could do since I always loved to draw. Back then, I was 19, knew nothing about the industry and probably never have seen a well-done tattoo, so I initially ignored the idea. Out of curiosity though, I started Googling, looking for artists on Instagram, and was surprised by the variety and subtlety of some designs, which got me excited, thinking it could be something for me. Knowing absolutely nothing about the industry, I began looking for information on how to start and found a 2-week course in Warsaw, which sounded perfect as I would be able to learn it before starting uni and then just do it part-time. I applied, got a place, spent all my savings and went to Warsaw. Without having anything to compare it to, I really enjoyed my time there and thought I learned everything I could in those 2 weeks. Only because of the experience I've gained over the years, I now understand what a bad idea it is to tell people they will be ready to tattoo after just 10 days of learning. During the course, we've learned the basics about equipment. Everyone in the studio used rotary machines, so they didn't feel the need to tell us anything about coil machines. The same with cartridge needles or hand stenciling, as if there was only one good way of doing things. Another 2 days we spent on learning about different tattoo styles and drawing design ideas. Then 2 days tattooing on fake skin, both in black and color. And then another day or half a day about marketing, owning your own studio, management, which I think is quite useless at that point in someone's career. Oh, and a day or a half on laser removal, which again is not needed at all to become a tattoo artist and is a completely different profession. And the last 2 days we spent on tattooing real clients. They were aware we had never tattooed anyone before, had to bring their own designs, in many cases probably stolen designs, maximum 5 by 5 centimeters, black only. Looking back, it was so reckless. Most clients there had no previous experience in getting tattooed, and the organizers allowed us to tattoo very difficult areas like ribs or around the collarbones and even hands. I believe there are many great courses available now, and you can learn from very talented and skilled artists. Just make sure to do a good research and ask all the questions before committing to one, because I've heard of places that discouraged very passionate and talented people before they even had a chance to start their career. After the course, I thought I was ready to be a tattooist, bought my machine and all the supplies, and started tattooing at home. After about 5 tattoos and having no one around to ask questions or for advice, I realized I knew nothing and that there was no other way than finding an apprenticeship. I messaged most studios in Bristol, as there weren't many back then, and got one positive reply from Selfmead Tattoo Studio, which then became one of No Regrets Studios, where I worked for about 4 or 5 years after completing my apprenticeship. I went for a meeting with my portfolio of drawing and got the apprenticeship with Max Pniewski. My mentor was living between 2 different countries at the time, so I learned from everyone around when he wasn't there. After a couple months of drawing and practicing on fake skin, I was allowed to start tattooing. At the beginning, it was friends and family, then clients who only wanted small tattoos and were aware that I was an apprentice. But I'm really glad that I didn't have to do a full year or 2 years of just watching and practicing on fake skin. I'm sure not everyone is ready after such a short time, but I think having the experience on the course and then being in the studio many days in the week allowed me to start straight away. There is a lot I would like to say about apprenticeships, mine and in general, so I'll talk about it in a separate episode. If you have any questions about this topic, please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications so we can see each other in the next one.